Hi, I'm here to talk to you about my NAD plus intravenous infusion that I had 72 hours ago. I have been excited to share this with you. And before I get started, my name is Diane, and I am a person who is retired after 25 years in the medical system. And now I'm working as a coach and a hypnotherapist. And I'm also involved with helping people to detoxify their mind and their body so that they can just live their best life, have energy, be functionally healthy, be able to exercise and enjoy their life. So here goes. I'm going to talk to you now about my NAD IV experience, which is my latest experiment with my health. I have a few notes here just to kind of cue me up on some of the things, and so let's get started. So NAD plus is a factor or a cofactor in every single cell in our body. And the things that NAD is involved in energy production, DNA repair, as well as just metabolic stuff like cell signaling and things like that. And so the things that it's supposed to help with is it's supposed to improve our energy, improve our cognitive function like our focus, memory, and thinking. And also it's supposed to have anti-aging benefits. So things like your appearance and also your cognitive function, right? And so NAD is also used in things like addiction recovery, and also it's used in some cases to help protect against sort of neurological disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, because what it's saying is it promotes DNA repair and helps to reduce inflammation. So my experience, day 0 was this past Friday, and once I had the infusion, I felt quite revved up. It felt like every single cell in my body was just like on overdrive, and I could feel my heart beating in my ears like a pulsatile tinnitus. And I noticed, because I wear an Apple Watch and I keep track of my heart rate, and so my resting heart rate went from what was normally in low 60s to in kind of like the mid 70s, which was unusual for me. And I noticed not only were my ears ringing, but I felt more thirsty and a little more hungry than normal. And so when I went to go to bed that night, I found it took me probably 2 or 3 hours to settle to sleep, which was not normal for me. Normally I settle to sleep very easily. And so, but once I settled to sleep, I was able to sleep fine. So that was day 0. Then day 1, which was Saturday, I woke up and I felt a little bit too warm. I felt really thirsty, and I felt kind of cloudy in the head in a way. And my ears were ringing even louder the next morning. And so then I realized, you know what, I'm probably getting dehydrated, because I noticed that since I got the IV, that I've been peeing a lot. So I thought, okay, I just need to replenish my fluids. So I drank a couple liters of water, and that started to feel better. And I still kind of felt uncomfortable, like almost like a little too revved up, like I needed to calm down or something. But I just kept drinking lots of water and just made it through the day. And then on the Saturday night, I seemed to sleep really well. And so then on day 2, which was Sunday, I noticed feeling like really decreased mental focus. I felt really cloudy, and I didn't know whether it was completely, like if it was because of the dehydration or the NAD or what it was, but this was kind of a bad weekend to do this little test, because it was also a lunar eclipse and a full moon in Scorpio, which also I know has a negative impact on focus and things like that. So it's hard to say for sure if it was related to the NAD, because I'm going to blame it on the moon. And let's see what happens the next weekend when I get it, when it's not a full moon. And so on day 2, I again spent, I did lots and lots of hydration, like we're talking 4 or 5 liters, probably more, because I also have herbal tea on top of my water. And my resting heart rate still stayed at 75 beats per minute. I still have ringing in my ears, but I also noticed on day 2 when I woke up, I felt rather, how do I say, like I felt really light when I woke up, and I thought maybe I'm like, you know, I've lost weight. So I weighed myself and I was down 1.2 pounds from Friday. So that was interesting, but it could be, you know, the fact that I'm maybe losing toxic substances, because the other thing NAD is supposed to do is help with detoxification of the cells, right? And anyways, and plus I'm feeling revved up, so hey, maybe it's an increase in the metabolism too, who knows? But I'm guessing it's probably fluid weight. Then this morning, I woke up early, feeling quite good, a little thirsty, but you know what? I always pretty much drink 1.5 liters of water first thing in the morning anyway, so I drank my water. And today was one of my intense workout days. This is my first intense workout day since getting the IV. And I do Insanity Max 30, so it's a 30 minutes of very high intensity workouts. And so I found this was probably the biggest difference with the NAD. What I did was I was able to do the 30-minute workout full out, high intensity, high impact, and without taking breaks. And I did not feel like I was so winded that I had to stop. And normally my heart rate would go up to 168 to 175 peak. I would literally feel like I can't get my breath. I would be gasping for air, making it through, and things like that. And today was hugely, like majorly different, because my peak heart rate was getting to 148 to 160 only, and I wasn't gasping for air. I had way more energy. I was jumping higher and had just, I was able to just work out with a much more vigorous, with having less problems, right? And so what I'm finding then, just as a rule, I'll just give you a little bit of a summary now. This is NAD IV day 3, 72 hours after. I feel that it feels like I'm overheating, I'm warm, my resting heart rate is still sitting anywhere from 75 to 80 beats per minute, and it's normally only like 60, 65 beats per minute. So definitely I'm sort of energized and escalated in some way. It feels like my body's on a little bit of overdrive. It's kind of, you know, and the one thing I'm wondering is perhaps feeling excessively warm and dehydrated and my body craving water is part of a detoxification process, because I remember back when I did a detox, I remember feeling excessively warm and excessively thirsty during the detox process. So perhaps that's part of it as well. And I think I just feel like it felt really good to have that high endurance. The exercise or the workout was still hard, but it was definitely not as challenging as normal. So, and my heart rate wasn't going up as high. And so, so yeah, here I am nearing the end of day 3. And I'm feeling quite warm, although it's 92 degrees here, but I can still feel the pulsatile tinnitus in my ears. My heart rate's still up, but I will give you another report before I go for my next injection, which will be this coming Friday. I'm scheduled at 11 o'clock in the morning here in Puerto Vallarta, so let's see what happens from there, but I will for sure give you another update before that date. Thanks for following. This is a really exciting experiment. It's a little uncomfortable, but hey, it's the only way to know for sure is to do it yourself. Thanks.